So Democratic Senator, ostensibly Democratic Senator Joe Manchin yesterday gave a press conference on this spending and infrastructure bill that he has been an obstacle to actually getting passed. Gave a press conference yesterday that I can only describe to you as Kafkaesque. Now, what does Kafkaesque mean? Fans of the TV series Breaking Bad might recognize the word Kafkaesque. I've used it a few times before. It's really the only word I can think of to describe this, and you'll see why in a second. Kafkaesque means having a nightmarishly complex, bizarre, or illogical quality. The example that Merriam-Webster gives is that sometimes there are Kafkaesque bureaucratic delays. My birth country of Argentina, I think, is arguably best known for Kafkaesque bureaucracy problems, but that's a story for a different day. I'm going to play some clips for you from this Joe Manchin press conference. In this clip, I mean, everything is just backwards. Joe Manchin says, hey, listen, he's been working on this bill for 3 months, and he's urging the House to vote and pass the bipartisan infrastructure bill. Take a listen to this.
I've worked in good faith for 3 months, for the past 3 months, with President Biden, Leader Schumer, Speaker Pelosi, and my colleagues on the reconciliation bill, and I will continue to do so. For the sake of the country, I urge the House to vote and pass the bipartisan infrastructure bill.
Joe, you've been one of the primary holdups in actually getting to a bill that everybody will be happy with in terms of Democrats in the Senate. And he now is framing this as the fact that the House won't vote and pass the bill he wants to be law means he is no longer part of the problem. Think about the backwards framing. His framing is, listen, when Joe Biden wants to talk to me, I talk to him. I negotiate with Democrats. I negotiate with Republicans. And yet the House won't vote on the bipartisan infrastructure bill, ignoring the fact that there's multiple components here and multiple bills, that there is a desire to pass these in tandem, and that he has been like a stubborn little kid that nobody can placate, who just wants attention and is clearly enjoying the attention. But he's saying it's everybody else's fault, not mine. Next clip. Here he says he won't support any bill unless he has clarity as to the impact on inflation of that bill.
I, for one, won't support a multi-trillion-dollar bill without greater clarity about why Congress chooses to ignore the serious effects of inflation and debt that have on our economy and existing government programs.
These are just the same old, tired talking points. We know the effect of government programs and of government spending. Has he sought clarity on it? Has he spoken to economic experts about this? Because these answers are available. These are not things to which we can't find clarity. And now throwing in the typically Republican political football of the debt, our debt. And then in completely, it's just, I don't even know what to call it, fashion. Joe Manchin says, hey, let's quit playing games and pass the bill. Yeah, Joe, you're the one playing the games.
It's time to pass the bill and quit playing games.
Irony is dead. Irony is dead. Joe Manchin says, let's stop the games and pass the bill. Now, does he recognize the absurdity of what he's saying and the fact that he's the reason that, not the only reason, one of the main reasons that we haven't yet seen a bill passed? Is he the one playing games, or is he really so naive that he sees everybody else as creating problems rather than him? Irony is dead, and this is again another reminder. In West Virginia, you either get this or you get a full-blown Republican. So the solution isn't to primary Joe Manchin. From an emotional standpoint, maybe it is. Maybe a lot of people would feel good primarying Joe Manchin if somehow someone to his left wins the primary, then they lose the general, and that seat gets flipped from Democrat to Republican. Okay, maybe some people would feel good about that because they would feel like he lost his seat. It's a punishment to him. As we talked about with Bill Scher and with members of the audience over the last couple of weeks, the real solution is you got to flip Republican seats to Democrats. I continue to maintain that's the solution. If you disagree with me, let me know. One of our sponsors is CuriosityStream, the only subscription streaming service dedicated to documentaries. If you're like me, you're always watching documentaries. You want to find the best ones. And CuriosityStream is really a must-have. CuriosityStream has a better selection of documentaries than Netflix, Hulu, or Amazon. I just finished watching Wasteland, about a landfill on the outskirts of Rio in Brazil, where men and women sift through garbage in order to try to make some money. It's horrifying, but extraordinarily well done. They always have the newest and most critically acclaimed titles. When you're looking for good documentaries, use the streaming service that specializes in documentaries. That's why I use CuriosityStream. They have documentaries on politics, economics, history, technology, psychology, everything. If you love documentaries, you've got to have CuriosityStream. You will see what I mean when you start using it. When you go to curiositystream.com/Pacman, you'll get 25% off a subscription, which comes out to just $15 a year. The link is right underneath this video.